On Tuesday, June 26, 2007, the Tunica Biloxi tribe was awarded a resolution from the Louisiana State Senate and House of Representatives proclaiming that day to be officially recognized as Tunica Biloxi Day. A delegation of Tunica Biloxi council members and tribal members were on hand to accept the resolution and address the Senate and the House.
Senator Legislature of Louisiana does hereby commend the Tunica Biloxi tribe of Louisiana for its continued lasting and outstanding contribution to the state, and does hereby proclaim June 26, 2007 as Tunica Biloxi Day.
Without objection, the resolution is adopted. Members, on a matter of personal privilege, I have with me my friends from the Tunica Biloxi Nation here who had lunch over at the apartment today, and also with them are two members of the tribal council, Mr. David Rivers and Ms. Brenda Littinger. And Brenda, you want to address the body? I'm going to suspend the rules and allow Brenda to address the body. Without objection, so ordered.
Good afternoon. I'm Councilwoman Brenda Littinger of the Tunica Biloxi Tribal Nation in Marksville, Louisiana. Our chairman, Earl Barbary Sr., has asked me to extend his thanks and gratitude to you for passing this resolution and recognizing the achievements of the Tunica Biloxi tribe. We believe, like you do, that Louisiana can be better and stronger, and we are committed, as you are, to doing everything we can to bring more economic development projects to this great state of Louisiana. We've committed hundreds of millions of dollars through private investments to the Avoyelles Parish community, and we're going to continue to work to be a good neighbor, a good business neighbor to the state of Louisiana. Again, we thank you. We are humbled by your recognition, and we are very appreciative of your support, and we look forward to a great future with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Members, let me just say that the Tunica Biloxi tribal nation puts their money where their mouth is. They have a $150 million expansion going on in Marksville right now. A fantastic hotel is going to open in September. You have to see the lobby with the swamp scenes and alligators and fish and all of that. It's going to be an outstanding event when it opens, and I'd invite all of you to come down and join me and help them open it in September. We'll let you know the exact date. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
On the itinerary for the day was a luncheon with Senate President Don Hines at the Pentagon Barracks on the grounds of the Capitol, which allowed tribal members to personally discuss future relations between the state and Tunica Biloxi tribe.
I think Tunica Biloxi Day is a great opportunity for the members of the Tunica Biloxi Nation to come and interact with the legislature and to focus, and gives us a chance to focus on their activities.
We try, as our tribe, to not only educate our people in the political arena and get them to understand, what is involved, what is the interplay that the tribe has to deal with, not only on the state and federal level, but to know that we have to work within the system that we have in order to accomplish the things and protect that which is so vital to us, which is our tribal sovereignty. We have a lot of different issues that we're always involved in, from EPA issues to wetland issues, issues dealing with taxation, preserving not only our historical artifacts and culture. We know that we have to get involved with politicians on the state level, even on the local level. We know that in order for the tribe to be able to accomplish the mission in years to come and to protect that which we have that's so vital to us, we have to continually stay politically active on the state level and also on the federal level. It's as though the minute that you turn off the ability to be able to have the contact with those people, it's like you're forgotten. So we have to fight the good fight so that we can continue to protect that which is so precious to us, is our sovereignty and our tribal members and our elders, because without them we wouldn't have what we have today.
The Tunica Biloxi leadership has been very cooperative with the state, and I know when we were enacting the compact that they were very cooperative and agreeable to the terms that the state wanted to benefit the people of Central Louisiana and the entire state.
The luncheon also afforded tribal members the opportunity to provide personal accounts of their history, lineage, and to share some authentic Tunica Biloxi heritage.
yo e kania. Ya tati mano re, ya tati mano re, ya tati mano re, ya tati mano re, yo tati mano re, ya tati mano re. Hey yo, I am Donna M. Purit, singer and legend keeper for the Tunica Biloxi tribe of Louisiana, and this is my daughter Elizabeth Purit. And the songs are being passed on. We both do the songs and stories for the Tunica Biloxi tribe.
I'm a fancy shawl dancer, and I'm also a singer and storyteller along with my mother. We work to revive the language and culture for our tribe.
Well, my name is David Rivas Sr. I'm born and raised Houston, Texas. My mama was from here, from Louisiana. She belonged to the Tunica Biloxi tribes here in Marksville. And well, she registered all my kids, and put them on the roll. And well, she did the same way with me, but I never did live on the reservation. We used to come as kids down and visit the reservation, go down toward the coulee on those P-row boats and go down there, and the uncle would show us about alligator gores and things like that, about what went on around, because he was Joseph Farit Sr., and he was the chief then, so I met him, and so he would take me and my brothers and go down the river there and show us how to gig alligator gar and all of that. So, and we had a good time every time we come down, though. And now, well, today, thanks to God to begin with, but we've grown very, very large, and thanks, you know, for the government. It has helped us too a lot to grow that way. My son, he's also politically inclined here. He has, you know, a job as director of political affairs for the tribe, and he seems to be doing a pretty good job with it. So I thank everybody in concern over with the tribe and all, and hope everything we'll be able to live out something nice and beautiful out of this that the good Lord gave us.
Hi, my name is Samuel Lee Barbary Sr. I was born in 1944 to Gervis and Frankie Barbary in DeQuincy, Louisiana. I was born in a wood frame house at home, and I got married in 1963 to Mary Jane Chandler. We lived in Houston for a few years. We moved back to DeQuincy. My grandpa was Sam Barbary. I never did know him. I met him once when I was a small child. Earl Barbary is my dad's brother, my uncle, and I started coming to Marksville when they got the tribe was recognized, and really that's about all I knew about the Indians.
My name is Juanita Bardlon Jacoty. My grandmother, Pauline Purit, was the daughter of one of the chiefs, Ernest Purit, and my daddy was Arthur Bardlon. And I was born and raised on the reservation until I was 5 years old. And what this day means to me is my grandmother and my daddy were raised very poor. They were raised with a lot of prejudice. And today, the Tunica Biloxi tribe has come a long way in not only business ventures, but in getting respect that they deserve to get. And I wish that my grandmother and my daddy would have lived long enough to see this. But this is wonderful to see what our tribe has accomplished today.
I'm the youngest daughter of Chief Joseph Purit. He was the last traditional chief for the tribe. And my Indian given name is Princess Evening Star. I was the first princess for the tribe. My dad became the chief in the early 50s, and I worked with him. At that time, there was no council, only the chief worked, doing the work. So my brother and I got with my dad in the late 50s and early 60s, and we had a tribal council, organized a tribal council. And through the efforts of the newly elected council, we were able to get state recognition for the tribe, and which became available in 1974 when Governor Edwards was in office, is when we got the state recognition. We were not eligible for any form of grants or federal funding because our tribe was not federally recognized, but we were able, like, for grants for education and not for housing or health facilities because we weren't federally recognized. I was able to get the first educational grant, which was the Title IV Indian Education Program, and it was worked through the schools for the students to learn more about the history of the tribe, the culture of the tribe. Later on, I did all the research for the tribe's history. I did my internship at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Also, I was on the board of directors for the Coalition of Eastern Native Americans in Washington, D.C. for about 8 years, and I worked with them. And there, the Coalition of Eastern Native American was like a liaison for the tribes to get the federal recognition, so they helped us along with that. But we were not federally recognized till 1980, but we started the petition in 1975.
My name is David Rivas Jr. I'm the Director of Political Affairs for the Tunica Biloxi Tribe, and I'm also an elected official. I'm a tribal council member as well. Today we are here for Tunica Biloxi Day. It is a day that they honor the tribe for not only its cultural heritage, but also some of its accomplishments throughout the years and its contribution to the state of Louisiana and to its members.
Hi, I'm Brenda Lintinger, and I'm the only female councilwoman with the tribe today, so I'm very proud of that in a group of 7. My great-grandfather was Eli Barbary, and he was the chief of the tribe back in the 20s and then again in the 30s. He went with a group of people, other tribal members, to Washington back in the early 30s in an old Model T Ford. And they traveled there to ask the government for help because the tribal members were starving and they needed medical help, they needed food, they needed education. So it really means a lot to me to be able to serve and represent our tribe today, carrying on that tradition. His son, my grandfather, Sylvester Barbary, also served on the tribal council back in the 70s. So I feel like I'm carrying on this family cultural tradition of service to our people, and it means a lot to me. I didn't grow up on the reservation, but we visited there quite often when I was a young girl, and I just thought it was the greatest place in the world to live if you were a kid. Because unlike the city, you could just run everywhere. It was just total freedom. And some of the fondest memories I have are climbing the fences and breaking off the little honeysuckle buds and sucking the juice and then just walking barefoot in the dirt. It was so cool and it just felt so great on a hot summer day. And waking up on the reservation, you'd hear the cows walking past the windows, and it was just great memories and great images and just really good people and good food. And so it means a lot to me today that the state of Louisiana takes the time to recognize us and what we're all about and what we bring to the culture of Louisiana. And I really love my tribe.
My name is Patrick Lopez. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I just located down here to Louisiana. I am a tribal member. I guess a lot of my roots I learned from my father, who was born here in Louisiana back in 1931. Majority of we would say the Lopez family, back in the 30s, like 1938, moved up after living here for 7-8 years, moved up to Chicago because the work was better and stuff, and there was a little more opportunity offered at the time. My grandfather packed up the family, moved up there. And a lot of us are now starting to come back, I guess you could say, to our roots where we originally started from. Again, like I said, I was born in Chicago, but I've been down there so many times since I was a little kid, visiting and so forth. And I've noticed the changes and the growth and everything else that's going on, not only in our reservation, but the surrounding areas. And it's really interesting. I had to actually do a paper in college on our tribe, and I didn't realize how far I went back on it. It goes back almost to the AD, like 660 AD. And what I read was just we never really originated in Louisiana. We started out, I believe it was Arkansas, the original Tunicas. And throughout the centuries and everything else slowly moved south, I guess you could say, to where we're at now. I may be off on some of it because I didn't get an A on the paper, but this is all a new experience for me. And coming to Louisiana, I was in for just waiting for this big culture shock and everything else happened. It's just everybody's been so warm and friendly, and they open their arms up to me. It's like I feel like I got one big happy family around me now. And it's been hard because I'm by myself right now, so it's a good feeling, and I just hopefully I'll make it out here.
My name is Raymond Bertolotto. I'm originally from Houston, Texas. Moved down here in 1994. Like most of us, my mama is Indian, my daddy is Italian. Mama left Marksville, moved down to Houston where she met my dad, and had 10 of us, 7 boys and 3 girls. After Daddy died when I was 4 years old, so Mama raised us the rest of the time. She taught us a lot about the tribe and how to respect it, and a lot of things that go on up here at the tribal center. I'm employed now working for the tribe, have been since '94 at various positions with the tribe. And I think the Tunica Biloxi Day means more to me for my kids' sake, knowing that in time that they're going to carry on this for us. It won't be me, it will be them. So I constantly tell them, show them, and teach them what the tribe has given to us and to appreciate it. So as the time goes on, that they'll learn to appreciate it too.
I'm not a tribal member, but I feel as though I am because I belong to the Paragon Associates. I'm a 10-year associate, and I invest in Tunica Biloxi Indian PAC. It's only through those efforts that we get a lot of laws, and the information that we get from our politicians help our tribe do the things that are necessary. It's an honor to have been invited here today so that I can see for myself and bring that information back to a lot of our members and let them know that it's happening. It's happening here in Louisiana. The Tunica Biloxi tribe has done a lot for Avoyelles Parish as well as for Louisiana itself. I myself have found a different way of life since they've come to Avoyelles Parish. The financial part of it is very, very good, and along with knowing that they are a special kind of people and they take care of their own.
My name is Felicia Gandera. I'm a tribal spouse, and I'm also an associate for Paragon Casino Resort. I have 4 sons, Jay, Josh, Gabriel, and Eric. They're all tribal children. My in-laws are Andrew and Beatrice Gandera. We're all from Houston, Texas. What I am very proud of today is the fact that we have another family now. I was taught that family is very important, and a lot of my family members have went to be with the Lord, and now I have met so many people in the last 10 years that are Tunica Biloxi, and a lot of them that are my husband's cousins, and we're one big happy family. That's really true. We don't always agree, but we're one big happy family because we're there for each other. When something's not going good, we're there for each other. My mother-in-law, her father was Henry Parite. He lived on the reservation as a little boy, and so did his wife, Florence Jackson. They had 3 children, and then from there, all the grandchildren, just alone with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they have 8 children, and the grandchildren come to like 23, and then the great-grandchildren, there's about 5. David Rivas, who invited me here today, David Rivas Jr., he's turned into just somebody we just love. And that when you meet people like that and you get close to them, they're your family, you find out they're your family, then you have a family for life. Amy Sampson is here today. Her husband is our family, and I'm just very proud that we're a big, happy family.
My grandmother Betsy Pre-Rivas was very strong in her tribal heritage, and she always made sure that we would know that we had a strong Indian influence and that we had to continually protect that. She never let us forget that. My father would bring us when we were very young to come visit on the reservation. We heard a lot of people speaking French and weren't sure exactly what they were saying to us at times, but they let us know whenever we were doing something we should not be doing. Other than that, I think it's an honor to be able to serve for the tribe and to be able to serve as a director of political affairs, because it's going to help us go into the next evolution of our tribe, and we're going to build the walls strong in our sovereignty, and we're also going to always stay very politically active and strong.
It's pride to me. It's knowing that I belong to a family and that somebody is willing to recognize us the way the state of Louisiana is doing today. It's a good feeling.
Immediately following the luncheon with Senate President Don Hines, the Tunica Biloxi tribe was officially presented with the resolution both before the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Members of the House, it's truly my honor to tell you that today is Tunica Biloxi Day, and every year at the Capitol, the Tunica Biloxi Indians come and bring an exhibit, which is out in the rotunda. But we have some real exciting things going on in Walls Parish, and the tribe has been great partners for us in economic development. We've got two of the tribal members here, Brenda Littinger and David Rivas, and several of the tribal council members, and several of the tribal members. If you all would stand, recognize, welcome to the Capitol. And I'm going to ask David Rivas to just a few moments briefly explain. There's a huge expansion. I don't know if many of you saw in the paper last week, there are some very high dollar expansion projects going on in Louisiana, and one of them happens to be in Walls Parish, and it's the expansion of the Paragon Casino. And I'd like David to briefly tell you a little bit about that.
First, I'd like to thank everyone here on behalf of Chairman Earl J. Barbary Sr. and the Tribal Council and the Tunica Biloxi Indians of Louisiana. It is a privilege and an honor to have the opportunity to come today before you. Our expansion is a $180 million expansion. We are creating the ultimate resort in Louisiana. We will not only have a huge hotel, but an increased area for entertainment. We'll also welcome other partnerships with other groups as well. We continue to want to move forward in economic development with the state and our surrounding parishes, and we thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Tunica Biloxi Day also allowed the tribe to present the Tunica Biloxi Treasures exhibit, which highlights plans to build a state-of-the-art museum that will house an extensive collection of Indian and European artifacts, which includes one of the largest collections of glass trade beads in the world.
What we have today is a display of the Tunica treasure of the Tunica Biloxi tribe, which Tunica translated into English means the people. It's basically a brief history of the Tunica Biloxi and the struggles they went through to be recognized federally by the United States of America government. And it's just various struggles throughout history and social. Basically, the Tunica treasure is a group of treasures that were found in the Angola Forum area by Angola State Prison, which consists of Native American jewelry, pottery, English, French, and some German artifacts. Also some stoneware, metal cookware, and copper pottery. Part of the Tunica treasure is one of the largest collections of glass trade beads in North America. We have hundreds of thousands of beads that we put on display that were brought up with the Tunica treasure when it was dug up at the Angola site.
Other plans for expansion were also a major highlight of Tunica Biloxi Day.
Back in the summer of 2005, we began the process of pursuing a high-yield bond issue to fund our expansion at the Paragon Casino and Resort. And we ended up doing a high-yield bond issue for $150 million. We were the first tribe in Louisiana to do this. We went to Wall Street. We worked with representatives from Deutsche Bank. We created the materials to basically promote this project to 21 investment firms who ended up pulling together $150 million to invest in our project. We traveled to New York, to Massachusetts, to Minnesota, to California, to New Jersey, and of course New York City. So it was an amazing process for me, a learning experience. I have a background in business and finance, but this was amazing to be able to do this kind of deal for our tribe. And it was really exciting. So that combined with a $35 million credit facility actually created the pool of funds that we used to engage in this development. And it's fabulous. It's going to expand our concert area by 1,000 seats. Our buffet is more than double in size. We have 3 movie theaters. We have a spa, which I am going to live in whenever I'm in Marksville. And of course, a wonderful atrium that creates a wow impression, as our CEO, Pat Minchie, likes to say. Cypress trees, lightning bugs, real alligators, just an impressive display of everything that makes this state and its environment great. And we want people to have fun and experience that when they come to our property. But again, I'm just really proud of our tribe. We've done things that other Native American federally recognized tribes in this state have yet to do. And we basically set the example. We're kind of like the role model. We were the first land-based casino. We're the first to do this high-yield bond issue. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of other firsts that are in store for the Tunica Biloxi.
The Tunica Biloxi has chose to diversify, not only just rely on the gaming efforts, but also diversify into the entertainment center. You see that right now, the $150 million expansion. When we look at that $150 million expansion, what do we look at? Construction jobs, local money for our economy, sales tax revenue, but more importantly, a place for people to go in the community and also providing jobs for the community. It's very, very beneficial to have a partner like Tunica Biloxi Indians in our community.
Well, according to what I've experienced in watching the Tunica Biloxi expansion as to how they're going about with their hotel and how they've been conducting themselves as far as their operation is concerned, I think they're an economic development tool, an engine that we have to really work with to make sure that they continue to expand and operate the way they've done in the past.
The relationship that we have with the state of Louisiana and the tribe is a good one. They've been very cooperative when it came to assisting us in moving forward with our operations, not only through gaming, but also when looking at our lands and also lands that were in conjunction with the tribe and looking how we could best develop those lands so that we could develop economic development and also so that we could create a sense of partnership with the local community. One of the concerns that we have is that we want to continue touching our senators and our state representatives and our local officials because we feel that we have to have an interplay with those politicians so that they understand what our needs and issues are. With TBI PAC, we don't call ourselves an Indian PAC, we call ourselves a community PAC because what affects us is going to affect our community. And we want to make sure that we're a great community partner. We want to create wider, bigger roads, better sewage systems, better infrastructure so that everyone in our area can have an advanced system of not only economic development, but a system that will work in conjunction with everything that's going on in the state.
Probably the largest employers in central Louisiana. Elected officials at the state capitol recognize that the tribe is giving 6% of its net gaming revenue back to Avoyelles Parish municipal bodies. They recognize that the tribe is a gainful employer. Less people are on public assistance. So they honor the tribe each year at the legislature for being such an economic driver in central Louisiana.
Well, I see the tribe growing each year. With the expansion, if you look at the entertainment talent that's on the marquee over the next several months, it's really exciting. I know Charlie Daniels is coming in. You've had some great acts in the past like Clint Black and Diana Ross is coming. Those are just going to make the tribe much more visible and make them that much more successful. And so that's really exciting not only to the Tunica Biloxi tribe and the council, but also to the state of Louisiana and its residents.
I think the future is bright for the tribe. They've got a great development in Marksville. They're adding on to it. It's a success story that people like a lot. They identify with the tribe because it has been such a part of the history of Louisiana, and I believe the future is very bright.
Well, I think the Tunica Biloxi tribe has really made inroads here at the state legislature. They do an outstanding job of keeping in contact with the legislature, with their individual members. And I think with the economic development projects they have going here in the state, they're doing an outstanding job on building towards a bridge to the future. So I think the road ahead is very bright for Tunica Biloxi.
Well, it's real important at the legislature that you educate these legislators. They're dealing with hundreds of issues every day. And for them to know and meet members of the tribe and understand their impact economically and culturally on the state is critical. They need to see the faces of Tunica and understand the success and the prosperity that this tribe has brought to the state. We come to Baton Rouge, we share our story with legislators. It helps us in the future when we have issues that are important that they've met us.
To end the day, legislators were treated to a reception hosted by the Tunica Biloxi tribe at the illustrious Camelot Club. Senators and representatives alike were able to personally meet and congratulate tribal members. The overall success of Tunica Biloxi Day illustrated the Tunica Biloxi Political Action Committee's mission to preserve the union of state and tribe. This day remains an important milestone in the Tunica Biloxi tribe's constant efforts to preserve its sovereignty.
The Political Action Committee for Tunica Biloxi is critical. I mean, you have to have a voice in today's political environment if you're going to have an impact on issues. Everyday tax policy, traffic policies, education policies, healthcare policies, all impact the tribe, and the PAC gives the tribe a voice in that governmental arena. It's very important that they have the resources to spend to support candidates and to oppose candidates that may be harmful to the tribe. The PAC is their voice in the political world.
It's been a great economic development project in Marksville, and I think it's benefited the state in many, many ways. It's certainly benefited the local area. You know, prior to the tribe opening the casino, welfare was the #1 economic tool in a Walls Parish, and now it's about 4th or 5th, and the casino is #1. So I think that really speaks well.
In the future, I see the tribe being a major economic development force in the state of Louisiana. We have tried to not only partner with the state in economic development, but also look beyond other vast resources. We have an incredible infrastructure, not only with our gaming operation, but we also have lands along the Red River. We're very concerned with wanting to do these partnerships because we feel that it'll help not only foster the relationship, but it'll build a great tax base not only for local communities, but also our state communities. We also want to invite other industry and corporations into Avoyelles Parish. By doing this, we feel that we'll bring jobs, we'll bring commerce, and we'll bring a newfound interest